All right. Thank you guys for jumping in into my life. And once again, this beautiful, beautiful Monday with sunshine. I'm in the city, Manhattan, going to work. And I figured I'd just go ahead and take you guys with me for a quick morning walk. Thank you guys for allocating a little bit of your time and jumping into this live. So I got some interesting tea for many of you guys. As you guys know, it can be quite challenging running your very own talent agency on a side hustling basis. But I try to do my best, and once in a while jump into those morning lives, spill a little bit of tea and help you guys learn how to make money a while on the go as a side hustle. And heck, even if you have a full-time job, you can totally do this, guys. Many of you guys can 100% do this. So I know we have many moms over 40, struggling, trying to figure out how to take care of their pets, cats, kids, and dogs, and always seeking for new ways to earn a little bit of extra income. I wanted to go ahead and, as I'm kind of taking you guys quickly for a walk, I wanted to spill some tea and give you some ideas for how you could generate some extra side hustling income, especially if you're a bougie boss mom over 40, struggling to make money but seeking to make that extra income on a side hustling basis. So yeah, let's see how that works, guys. And thank you for joining this live. It's a little bit windy today. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit windy, but we're gonna try to break through this. We're gonna try to break through this wind and walk all the way through this city. Once again, thank you guys so much for jumping in and allocating a little bit of your time on such a lovely morning and on Monday morning walk. Really beautiful scenery. I just wanted to show you guys around. This is my typical walk on a Monday morning. What I try to do is I take you guys from a train station, from a Grand Central, all the way to my work. So this way you can enjoy the scenery, you can get energized with this positive energy. And of course, guys, in the process of my morning walk, once in a while I spill some tea for bougie boss moms over 40, seeking to monetize their life, their commute, their pets, cats, kids, and dogs. And I wanted to kind of give you guys some of the latest tea, some of the latest pattern discoveries that I came across on social media that you can use right away for your journey, for your feudal kingdom, for your brand, and get very good results, guys. But before I talk about any of that stuff, I wanted to actually, guys, let you know there's one interesting TikTok that I came across, and I just wanted to remind everybody about this concept. And I kind of knew about this concept, but I wanted to share it with you guys. So I don't want to get run over by a car talking about some concept. So guys, look, your body is made of 70% water. So in simple words, you basically consist of a lot of water. So there is a scientist who performed an experiment on people, and what they did is, and I think it was some Japanese scientist, and what he did is, it's a bit crowded over here. So what he did, he literally took a bunch of cups of water, and he had few students yelling at the cup of water and like swearing, yelling, and doing all sorts of, using all sorts of derogatory language, and then he took another cup of water and he did the opposite with the students. So the students, instead of kind of yelling and screaming and using all this derogatory language, instead they used very like calm, loving sound and voice and whatnot. And the result was quite interesting. When that water was frozen, the molecules were like fully distorted. The symmetry of the first experiment from the first set of students showed that the water has like basically it's like fully distorted. If you look at a microscope, it just looks really non-symmetric and like complete chaos. So so what is the lesson learned from this, guys? The lesson learned is when you're doing digital marketing, and just try to talk slowly in a positive way, introduce a little bit of quirks here and there, do some laughing, but it works. It literally works. And anytime you do this, guys, remember this experiment because the other part of the other bottle that where students weren't screaming into and weren't really using any derogatory terms or anything like this, it was very symmetric. So when you look in a microscope, the molecules were really beautiful looking, and this represents harmony, guys. So when you do digital marketing, remember that. I used to be like really passionate, and I would try to spill so much tea in a in a single workshop, and by doing that, I was kind of pushing my audiences away and kind of not conforming myself to that symmetry, that harmony. And of course that increased my stress, and of course later on I recognized that I needed to be calm, really calm, and I changed that around, and then I had a very good progress, guys. So if you're struggling with, like pitching anything, selling anything, or whatever it is that you're trying to do on a regular basis, just remember this experiment. And next time when you go live, perhaps maybe don't even look at your number of viewers. Don't look at, maybe occasionally you may want to kind of glance to see if there's any comments to answer some questions, but ideally what you want to do is if you just kind of continue with your topic, with your storyline, as you're spilling tea, as you're showing, there's many different elements involved here. There, like for example, I don't know if you notice, guys, but what I'm doing right now is advanced UGC technique here. I'm kind of showing you around, and as I'm showing you around, I'm kind of using, hands and kind of using harmony, and there's so many different tea over here, so much insane tea, guys. It's absolutely wild to even explain everything in one workshop. But if you pay close attention to the style of my marketing, what I'm doing is I'm doing something very unique, and you could totally reproduce the same style of marketing to help yourself sell more products, or programs, or services, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. But the idea here is anytime you try to create content, guys, remember that water experiment, and also remember this UGC technique that I'm using right now, where I'm kind of showing a bunch of buildings, kind of showing you the environment, right? But I'm doing this in such a nonchalant manner, relaxing manner, generating extra quirks, laughter, all of those kind of small pieces add up, and it creates this very good kind of learning effectiveness on the minds of others who are consuming the content. And of course, guys, unfortunately many moms over 40, they don't they don't recognize this, and struggle huge. And I know many moms over 40, they're like goats in their subject area of expertise. They're phenomenal. Some of those moms that I meet, they're just like, oh my god, they're so good in their subject matter of expertise. But you know what they say, subject matter of expertise and delivering your message for other people to hear you out about your subject matter of expertise, it's a different skill. And I used to think maybe it's not a skill, maybe it's just kind of I could just throw some spaghetti at the wall, create some random content and hope for the best. I used to do that, and I quickly recognized that it's just not working, guys. It's and later on in my life, in my journey, I kind of recognized that it's an actual skill. And heck, sometimes you've probably seen some of my content on TikTok where it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys seen my TikTok, but probably seen some of my content on TikTok where it's kind of funny. I don't know if you guys seen my TikTok, but a sportsman working out real hard in the gym, and I'm making all sorts of funny kind of captions saying that physical, like digital marketing is not much different from working out in the gym. So things like this, guys, once you learn how to like do basic things such as using solo person content in context of your journey. And of course, my journey is simple, guys. What I do is I hyper focus on bougie moms over 40 and help them get connected with luxury brands. And of course, for those moms, I have all sorts of solutions, programs, services, side hustlers that can help them grow their feudal kingdom, and so much more. It's just the whole concept when you guys pick a niche, it becomes like your whole marketing gets simplified exponentially, guys. I used to think, maybe I should just focus on every niche. Maybe I should just focus on every industry and just see if I could come up with some AI and automation solutions for every industry. And heck, I tried this, guys. I tried this for the longest time, and it just wasn't working. Every day would be an extra stress factor getting introduced. Every day would be like a torture when you don't have a niche. Well, the minute you create that niche, guys, man, this is a powerful thing, guys. And the cool part about it, guys, many of you could do this on a part-time basis. Like heck, you see me going to work. My full-time job, I do full stack cloud cybersecurity engineering. That's my profession. For education, I'm a former certified math teacher for the state of Connecticut. And for hobby and for my passion is, helping moms over 40 discover that freedom faster. And guys, the cool part about it, you could combine your hobbies, your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, and your everyday side hustling service delivery life cycle. Some of you will say, well, holy smokes, that's some really long words. I know, guys, sometimes I mix the brains between the enterprise world and the side hustling world together. And the cool part about it, guys, if you do this as a side hustle, let's say you pick a very good niche, and you pick like a very good set of skill sets as a side hustle. The funny part is, many people don't tell you this. Well, because primarily it's really rare to find somebody who doing this on a full-time basis and doing this as a side hustling basis and do it in a way that is relevant for many moms over 40 across multiple countries. And it's just really rare to find something like this. But so perhaps sometimes when I create some of these pieces of content and give you guys the perspective, you may have never actually heard about those perspectives. I wouldn't be surprised. So what I mean by that is, so let's say you're doing something, you picked a skill and you're doing something as a side hustle, but you also have a full-time job. Of course, there's all those mechanics come into play. How do you balance your full-time job? How do you balance the side hustle? And how does it actually help you? Well, guys, having a side hustle for me helped me from not losing my job. Let's just put it this way. This factor alone is by far probably supersedes all the other benefits, guys. And this is something that many moms over 40 don't think about. AI is evolving, products are evolving, skills are evolving. So unless you actually have a little passion glowing within you like a fire, then it can really kind of hurt you if you don't double down on your passion, and out of that passion develop incredible skill. Now, of course, guys, you don't really have to be a luxury brand talent agency owner connecting people together. You could pick another niche. You could pick a niche of real estate. In fact, I do real estate and investing across multiple countries, in Russia and in US. And of course, I also have a talent agency, guys. But I'm doing all of this as a side hustle. Some of those perspectives, guys, that you're gonna get from me, and of course many bougie boss moms over 40 in my community, some of those perspectives that you will get can truly help you guys create that create this incredible path towards freedom that many of you guys are seeking. Many of you guys are spending a lot of time on socials and kind of making posts, but people don't see those posts. And of course you need to sell your product, but I get it, bougie boss moms, it's so hard. If you don't have the right set of skills, it's really, really hard, guys. It took me about 1.5 years to develop those skills. And once I cracked them, guys, it was like literally like popping that pill of freedom. And it's like being a Neo in Matrix. It's the same, guys. It's not much different. So I totally believe in many of you guys that you could do this. In fact, this weekend what I did is I got together with one of the side hustlers who I gave the token of opportunity to, for this side hustler from overseas to pretty much just run the Freedom Fusion system, well, part of it, part of my company, and do workshops for moms over 40 who are interested in learning about thread stacking and AI automation and digital faceless marketing. And so what I did is I actually this Sunday trained one of the side hustlers from overseas, supercharged the side hustler with all sorts of incredible tools, all sorts of AI tools, digital marketing tools and whatnot. So this way side hustler doesn't have to spend thousands of dollars per month on learning something, but instead get to learn and earn simultaneously. So guys, when you create those pockets of opportunities for other people to do, where you give opportunities for people to learn and earn, trust me guys, you're gonna have very good support around you if you do this. If you just create content and say, oh, get my product, get my guide, then people no longer become like receptive, guys. So what I do in my community, guys, is show you how to literally pierce through the armor of any kind of a customer using combination of psychology, AI, digital faceless marketing, threads stacking, and all sorts of incredible hybrid skills that are not taught in college, while in the process, wherever possible, hooking you guys up with some of those learn and earn opportunities for limited series side hustlers, side hustling moms, whether you're a mom over 40 or perhaps another type of mom who wants to serve the feudal lords, who wants to help bougie boss moms over 40 grow their feudal kingdom, while in return getting a little bit of something back. Like I refer to this concept as the feudal share. Getting the feudal share from the feudal lords. Think of it as a feudal share as a performance basis kind of a monthly retainer plus the commission. So it's kind of you get on a monthly basis, you get connected with a feudal lord if you're a side hustler who wants to serve bougie boss moms over 40. And of course, while you're serving them, you're also learning how to become your own feudal lord. And of course, guys, when you do this within this in context of learning and earning, the whole concept of learning and earning becomes, you just get a lot more motivated to actually do this, to learn a new skill, to reduce the chances of you losing your job. There's like many factors that come into play that many people don't talk about it, guys. And I figured I'd just create this workshop just to kind of open up your mind a little bit and give you an opportunity to understand how much of a big deal this is. Having a side hustle on a part-time basis while having a full-time job. and how much of a big deal that is, not only for your future you, your present you, and just from overall security blanket standpoint, from the standpoint of not being scared about, oh, am I gonna get, like fired because I'm not good on AI or whatever. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. So I'm one way away from 124K. Wow, that is cool. I have so many people over here. I typically don't have any people. I just spilled the tea to infinity. and that's really cool, guys. Thank you for allocating a little bit of your time. And I'm literally spilling tea. Man, maybe I should stop by this. I think there's a Russian tea room or something coming up. I can't really do it today. Maybe a bit, I don't know, maybe one of those days. Once in a while inside of this Russian tea room, they have some of those famous people coming down and drinking tea. Heck, I've been there a long time ago. And I'd like to revisit this place sometime. Maybe, I don't know, maybe soon. But yeah, guys, thank you for jumping in on this beautiful morning walk. I know there's a lot of people kind of gathering here and there. It's a nice temperature, guys. I'm so glad I didn't move to Florida. I was gonna move to Florida, but with all the prices, with all the the real estate, everything's so expensive. I like, thank God I stayed in New York. So, well, Connecticut, but commuting in New York. So another thing, guys, what I like to do for many moms over 40, I like to show you guys like different types of opportunities that doesn't necessarily require you to be like an influencer of any sort or to be like continuous tea spiller or any sort. I have some fire side hustles, guys, that are really like so easy to do, guys, and many of you guys could do it on a part-time basis and on your own terms. It's the same for me, guys. Like I used to do like consulting for big banks. Once in a while I may still do it, but typically recently I just haven't been getting any good opportunities in doing any consulting for big banks and whatnot. So it kind of froze up in the past 6 months. And of course, guys, when it froze up, I was like, all right, well, let me double down on betting on myself and see what I could get out of it. And of course, instead of just providing innovative solutions for big enterprise companies, which, by the way, I still do on a full-time basis, but it's just, instead of doing side hustles on 1099, I kind of bet on my own combination of multiple side hustles, guys. And many of those side hustles are so easy. What I do in my community, guys, I take you, like, as I drive around. So I have different formats for how I create content. I have one TikTok account where you get to see kind of some of those pre-recorded videos where you get to hear about all sorts of thread stories. In that account, you learn an insane amount of tea, guys, but not as much as you learn the tea that you need to learn in my community, which is a free community. You could jump into it. I have close to maybe 4,000 workshops and many premium guides, and there's over 100,000 side hustlers by now, and close to over 100 coaches, something like this. You can jump in and take a look. But the cool part about it in that community, it's sort of like TikTok, but it combines guides and accountability. So when you join, I'm actually going to be able to see, to hold you accountable to some of those actions that you're going to learn in those guides. And of course, it's a little bit too difficult, guys, to explain while walking around here in the city. But once you jump in case if you guys do want to actually jump into my community and start learning for free how to do all sorts of side hustles that kind of fit into your life, not so much like the type of side hustles where you work on 1099 for somebody else, although I cover that as well in case if anybody wants to break into the field of cloud cybersecurity engineering, data engineering, AI automation, or data analytics. I cover that as well, but I kind of exchange this kind of concept of helping people to get into big type of jobs, I swapped it. I swapped it to into helping people get into those types of side hustles, because I just feel like I can relate more better with more people across multiple side hustles and help more people, more moms over 40, make some extra side hustling income. So I kind of switched that around, and guys, I have an incredible amount of side hustles that I want to show you, where you don't even need to be an influencer, where you don't need to sell. Guys, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be like amazed with all the content in that in my community, guys. You're going to be like spilling, you're going to be getting that tea, incredible tea. Am I seeing a horse? I am seeing a horse, guys. Guys, what I specialize is in luxury brands, luxury boss, bougie moms over 40, and I specialize specifically on the type of brands who have like pets products, you know, whether it's a horse, whether it's a dog, whether it's a cat. I specifically like cats a lot, guys, and so you're gonna see my themed content with lots of cats. Don't be surprised, guys. This is actually what brings very good results. And yeah, I'd love to help you guys out how to like infuse cats, pets, kids and dogs into your content and make it easy for you to stand out, so this way you make some extra side hustling income, but at the same time combining your loved ones in a mix and really having a good time, and actually knowing that you're doing this for yourself versus just kind of working all the time for a full-time job and not really getting fulfillment. Don't get me wrong, having a full-time job is amazing. Like I love my full-time job, right? But when you combine it with multiple side hustles that kind of bring this bi-directional mutual benefits to both the side hustles and to your job, then it becomes like a no-brainer, win-win, guys. So anyway, hopefully that's enough tea, guys, and jump into my community. I'd love to help you out. And I also created a new guide, guys. It's called Threads Slacker, where you can use like very low effort routines to get people to respond to people with certain keywords. So this way you could increase your effectiveness when responding to people in the right time, in the right manner, in front of the right audience. If you guys solve this problem, trust me, oh my God, you're gonna reduce your stress when responding to people with your product. So imagine you have multiple products and you need to respond to people with the products. Imagine how hard it is. Trust me, guys, I have entire Thread Stack digital power bundle, and part of that bundle I have many products like Threads Slacker, Threads Themes, Threads Samurai, Threads Bots, and oh my God, this horse is fire, guys. This horse is fire. So guys, look, I know from time to time I just stop by and create some content and show you some horses, some pets, cats, kids and dogs. Well, not necessarily kids, but mostly pets, cats and dogs, and other moms show you kids. I don't really have any kids, but maybe one day. But what I could do, guys, is show you some of those ways for how you could monetize the heck out of your pets, cats and dogs and kids, and literally how to do this in your own terms. And Thread Slacker is probably one of those craziest guides that I came up with recently, because it allows you like to leverage side hustlers from overseas that can just like sell your product. Plus it will show you how to in a lazy way respond to people in a lazy way, and like show your products in the right time and the right moment for all sorts of bougie boss moms. So guys, this is huge. And I know some of you will say, well, Roma, I want to learn from your Thread Slacker guide. So this way I could also become a key spiller. I want to respond to in the right moment and towards the right threads for the right product. How do I do this? If you guys are interested, DM the word PAF on my Insta, or heck, you could DM the word Slacker on my Insta if you want to learn more about Slacker. But it literally will make it so easy for you guys to create content in a lazy way and get more. It's absolutely nuts, guys. I'd love to help you out, and but I do gotta go to work, unfortunately, guys. But I'll try to spill some tea a bit later in the evening or afternoon. I try to do those afternoon walks. I try to do evening walks. I'll spill some tea, I promise you guys. But for now, if you really want more tea, guys, DM the word PAF on my Insta, or you could DM the word Slacker. If you DM the word Slacker, you'll get all the tea for my latest guide called Thread Slacker. If you DM the word PAF, you'll jump into my community and you'll get a link to my community. Obviously, my Insta is on my bio link. So bio.link/Freedom Fusion System. Go in there, guys, and in there you will see my Insta. I'd love to help you guys out to monetize the heck out of your pets, cats, kids, and dogs, and help you fly towards that freedom a lot faster than being a, like a process prisoner, constantly like fighting, trying to figure out what works. Many moms over 40 in my community and other kind of side hustlers already know what works. And what I do is I just kind of regurgitate and kind of re-explain things just to make it a bit easier for you guys to understand how it all works. But anyway, guys, I'll see you next time, and I'm hoping that you're fully energized and you will take everything that I talked about to the heart and start using some of my tips that I showed you guys. And I'll see you next time. And thank you guys once again. Thank you so much for being part of this life. Take care. Bye.